My name is Annie Perrine. I work on business development and communications at Palm Health. Happy to host here Sarah Bird, who is one of our medical providers at Palm Health. Sarah helped us open Palm, and she has been instrumental in developing and designing most of our Palm programs. She has a lot of expertise in, of course, functional medicine and nutrition. She has a doctorate as a nurse practitioner and is really excited to be here today to talk to you a little bit more about our Balanced Living program as one of the people that designed the program. So Sarah, I'll turn it over to you. Thanks so much for being here today. And if you have questions as we go, if there's something that Sarah doesn't answer, please feel free to just put it in the chat. We will have a Q&A at the end where we'll answer any questions in the Q&A or in the chat, and also take live questions if you feel like coming on and having a direct dialogue with Sarah. So Sarah, we're ready for you.
So I'm very excited to be here to talk about Balanced Living because it is a program that I think really takes a holistic, sustainable approach to weight loss. So I'm just going to start talking about Palm. Probably most of you here have heard of Palm or been to Palm, but not everybody's heard about sort of the mission and vision that Palm has, which really informs all of our programs and things that we design with this in mind. So Palm is really a medical, but a wellness center that's designed to help people reach well-being. So our mission is to help people achieve and maintain well-being. So we have experts in medicine, functional medicine, integrative health, but also chiropractors, trainers, a great chef, counselors, coaches, and a lot of integrative therapies. And our team really works together to help people transform their health. So we want to build resilience and vitality. And that's what we had in mind when we designed this program. So this is the development team that put the program together. And we called it Balanced Living because we really wanted a sustainable approach to weight management. So this is really a great program for somebody who's trying to develop new healthy habits. So somebody that wants to lose a moderate amount of weight, but also just gain some momentum in terms of their health behaviors. It's also really important to us that this program helps people develop a positive relationship with food or reestablish a positive relationship with food. Because often when we're thinking about weight loss and dieting, there's a lot of guilt and shame around our bodies and food. And we know that mindful eating and a holistic approach to this is much more beneficial for our health and better for long-term weight loss. So we take this long-term approach to really help educate you and help you build healthier habits to build confidence and really have that ability to use food, health, nutrition, exercise, and stress reduction as a self-care. So this is really our overall concept for the program. So nutrition and movement are definitely important parts, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about each of those. But stress reduction is just as important because it plays such a role in weight loss as well as nutrition and movement. And this is all within the context of personalization to you, but also support and accountability from our staff. So the whole Balanced Living team is there to help support you and hold you accountable, but in a way that moves you forward in motivation. So the program foundation is a personalized approach, and that will really start in your first week. And I'm going to go into each week of the program. But again, those three aspects of nutrition, movement, and stress reduction, by changing your habits in those three areas, we can slowly, with small steps, create major changes in health and weight loss. So build health, build resilience, and help you to lose weight. So the nutrition aspects of the program. We have a Mediterranean diet approach. This approach has been shown in the research to really not only maintain healthy weight, but it also helps with heart health, bone health, and dementia. So we know that it's a good, healthy real food approach. The program is full of real foods and fresh produce with a focus on healthy, lean proteins. We know that proteins are really important for not only satiety, but also building lean muscle mass. I'm going to talk about lean muscle mass, but it's really important for weight loss and for health. And then again, to help you build that positive relationship with food or reestablish that positive relationship with food. We think about food as just another thing in our lives, maybe entertainment, maybe something, a chore, but food is really something we have a relationship with. And if we think about the relationships we have with others, we put time and energy into maintaining and building those relationships, keeping those relationships healthy. And so that's something that if we may have had some struggles with food in the past, it's important to think about in terms of nutrition. And then finally, we do encourage you to cook and try a lot of the recipes that we provide, but we also have an amazing cafe. And we built a whole menu with the Balanced Living program. So there's a whole menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where you can choose meals that fit into the Healthy Living, into the Balanced Living program, to make it easier for you when you may not have time to cook, or you're just looking for something to take a little bit of the stress away. Movement. Movement is so important, not only for weight loss, but for mental health. So we want you to do that in a safe way. So the program starts out with a functional fitness assessment because we want to be sure that you don't have any injuries. If you get an injury and you're on a weight loss journey, that really can be a roadblock. So that functional fitness assessment is a big part of the program to set you up for success. We also really focus on resistance training, strength training. We know this is really important for weight loss because not only does it help increase your metabolism, but it helps to decrease decreased hunger as opposed with intense cardio. So we balance that with some cardio, but we also know that resistance training is really important for longevity. So if you have more lean muscle mass, you're going to have better health outcomes, not only more longevity in your life, but also a longer lifespan. Stress reduction. This is one of the aspects of the program that I think is really important, and something that we don't talk enough about when we're thinking about weight loss. I've had so many people come to me who are eating well and exercising, but they have so much stress that they are really struggling to lose weight. So what happens is if you have really high cortisol levels, your HPA axis, or the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal sort of stress system of the body, can get out of balance. And when you have that out of balance, or you have higher cortisol levels, the body just wants to hold on to as many calories as it can, because from an evolutionary perspective, it wants to sort of run away from the bear. It wants to be able to have the calories to get through the winter or the famine. So that's a really important part of the program. The great thing about this program is you have unlimited access to the Vitality services at Palm. So these are services that are really designed to harness the technology available to us now, and sort of use that in cooperation with nature. So the things in nature that help reduce stress have been really developed into technologies that can help reduce stress in the body. So we think of stress as coming from our brains, but often we really carry it in the body. And if we don't address it in the body, we can't help calm our brains. That's why deep breathing is really helpful for stress, because it utilizes the body. So these vitality services are just a really important part of the program. And I think of it kind of as a hack, like a hack for weight loss, because it's something that most people aren't utilizing, but can make a huge difference. Health coaching. This is another really wonderful, unique part of our program. So we have great health coaches that can really be there for you when you come to those roadblocks, when you come to those moments where you're struggling with motivation, or struggling with moving forward. struggling to get up in the morning to do your workout. These coaches are there to help you talk through those problems and shift sort of the way you're thinking and provide some insight, but really just coach you through those moments. And this is really invaluable to our program. So one of our participants said, I learned so much about nutrition during this program. It was incredibly helpful to have a point person to direct all my questions and to gain encouragement along the way. I lost a significant amount of weight, but more than that, I know I now have the knowledge to sustain it. So again, that's what we really want to do. We want to educate you and help you learn new habits to sustain that weight loss. So who is on our program team? You've already seen our health coaches over here. This is Dr. Hone, who is our functional medicine physician who oversees the program, our personal trainers who do the personal training sessions, our functional fitness assessment crew, and then Christine Townsend, who is our dietitian and program manager. So she's the one that meets with you every week to go over where you are in the program, to do your check-in, to help you develop your meal plan for the week, and then is really coordinating the whole program for you. So what does the program look like? Sorry, I'm just getting this over. So in week 1, we start with, pardon me, an intake and a customization of the program. So you're going to meet with Christine. She's going to go through sort of what your goals are, what have been your struggles in the past, any potential things, other things going on, you know, in the body that might be getting in the way for you. And then you'll also during that week at some point meet with our functional medicine physician. That's also the week when you have the functional fitness assessment and the body composition analysis. So the body composition analysis is great because it's telling you what's your lean muscle mass, what's your fat mass. And so if at the end of the program, you've lost maybe 12 pounds, you may actually have gained muscle mass that you're not seeing. So we redo that body composition analysis to say, okay, maybe you've lost 12 pounds, but you've actually lost 14 or 15 pounds of fat and gained a couple pounds of muscle mass, which is really great. We like to see that. You'll also have your initial health coaching consult and then do any labs during this week if applicable. Then, whoops, I missed a slide. Then weeks 2 to 9, this is really that intensive engagement period. So you're really working the program, doing the weekly weigh-ins, the meal planning visits, you're getting check-ins with the dietitian throughout the week. You're doing vitality services, and we really recommend a lot of them. The trilogy is one we talk about a lot, that is the cryo sauna, which is what you see here, infrared sauna, and salt room. So those 3 together can work really synergistically to boost metabolism, to help you detox, and really to bring calm to the body. But the good news is that's not, you have, we talk a lot about trilogy, but you have access to several more vitality services. You also have access to fitness classes and the workout room, personal training and health coaching during this time. And then a lot of educational webinars on relevant topics to help you learn, again, you know, why is gut health important to my weight loss? Why is it important to think about mindfulness while I'm trying to lose weight? Then weeks 10 to 12, those are our transitional weeks to help set you up for success. So you're still, you know, doing your check-ins, you're still working out, you're still getting your meal plans, but we want to really give you the tools you need and make sure that you're ready to transition out of the program. And so during this period, you'll meet again with Christine. You'll have another body comp analysis to compare with where you were at the beginning of the program, and you'll get any questions answered that you haven't yet had answered. And so we'll just kind of wrap up here with one more quote. The support from staff and the weekly check-ins were incredibly helpful for staying on track. The food choices were amazing and customizable to what works for me. A variety of choices made it sustainable. So if you didn't get anything else from this short webinar, it's that we really wanted to build a program that helps you to create sustainable change, that not only helps you to lose weight, but helps you build resilience and have long-term benefits to your health. So I think Annie's just going to chat about next steps that you can take in order to contact somebody if you are interested in learning more about the program. And of course, we'll have time for questions.
Yeah, so thanks so much, Sarah. That was a fantastic overview. And maybe some of you have seen, if you are familiar with Palm, you know our Navigator team, there are experts in all of our providers, programs, and services. So the next best step is to give us a call at 314-801-8898, and you can press option 0 or option 4 and meet with a navigator, or send us an email at membership@palmhealth.com. And maybe some of you have seen, we do have a special offer going here through the end of January. Anyone who meets with a navigator to discuss the program, when you sign up, if you meet with a navigator by January 31st, which is next Tuesday, and then you sign up for the program, we will offer you $200 off this program, which is the largest offer we've ever made. So it's a great time to take advantage of it if you're feeling motivated by the new year in particular. And the program is normally, depending on whether you're a member or not, it's in the $2,600 to $3,600 range. So getting $200 off of that is a really great deal. And Sarah, I don't see any questions in the chat, but we can see if anyone wants to join us here and ask you any questions. I'll say I know that there's one that comes up often, which is, what happens if I have scheduled a vacation during this program? I already have a week in March, let's say, where I'm going to be away from home. How does that work? Am I still in the program? Do I take a break? How do I manage that?
Yes. So generally we give that choice to the participant. If they want to try to stick on the program on vacation, there are creative ways to do that. And sometimes, that week may just be sort of a tread water week where you may not lose, but you can just maintain the weight loss that you've already developed. But you also can extend a week. We usually only will do that 1 week. So you can take like a week off and then extend that at the end of the program. We will just usually do that 1 week just because we see the best success when people are able to put these 12 weeks all in a row.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you also want to be able to, if you want to make it customizable for people.
Yes, absolutely. And we are flexible with that. We're really willing to work with people dependent on their life situation. And we've had people, get sick, get COVID. And so we put their plan on hold for a couple of weeks and then we're able to add that on at the end. So.
Perfect. That makes sense. The other question we get sometimes is a lot of people have become more committed to, let's say, plant-focused, plant-based diets, or you might be vegetarian or some, have a restricted diet. How does that work within this program?
Yeah, so that's where that personalization really comes in. So we have a lot of recipes that are available, but we definitely have substitutions that we can make. So if a recipe calls for a chicken or fish, it's very easy to substitute in beans or tofu or tempeh if people are preferring that. That's really what you'll work with our dietitian on, and she does a great job of customizing. Or maybe you just don't like something, I don't like chicken. She's really good at customizing those weekly meal plans to you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because that's, it's such a bummer when you already know like this or this doesn't work for me, and then someone says, well, you absolutely have to eat this, and you're like, how do I get around this?
Yeah. So. And we're used to having so many food sensitivities that we've thought about that when we designed the recipes in the program, so that it's really easy. And also in the cafe, it's really easy to leave out gluten or dairy. So we're very lucky in that way.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, it looks like we don't have any other questions. So I'm just going to invite everybody, if you, are interested to learn more and have a, 10-15 minute conversation with a navigator, see if it's a good fit for you, give us a call or send us an email. And Sarah, want to add anything else?
No, I mean, if I'm also open to questions or emails if people aren't clear. I know Christine, our dietitian, is as well. So if there's something that we can do to support or have any questions, or if they want to meet with Christine, I think that's available as well. Like just a meet and greet to see if that would be a good fit for them.
That's great. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. Thanks again, Sarah. That was really informative, and we'll talk to everyone soon.
Yeah, thanks.